Coming up today, the 5-day Chuseok holiday has begun and the traditional exodus out of Seoul is well underway. We have the latest on the traffic situation and other stories about what's often dubbed Korea's Thanksgiving. China's foreign minister says Beijing agrees on the need to come down hard on North Korea for its recent nuclear and missile provocations. First, the UN General Assembly kicks off its 71st session in New York. The focus is on ending poverty, hunger and advancing equality over the next 15 years. Stay tuned for these stories and more. Hello to our viewers around the world. It's noon on Wednesday, September 14th here in Seoul. I'm Mark Broom and it's the first day of the Chuseok holiday in Korea, as you can see, and I hope you like it. I'm wearing Korea's traditional attire hanbok instead of my usual suit to mark the occasion. The first half of our newscast will be devoted to coverage of the Chuseok holiday, so why don't we get started? And we'll begin with the so-called Chuseok exodus. Like years gone by, Koreans are pouring out of Seoul to head to their hometowns for some much-needed family time. As we like to do during Korea's traditional holidays, let's take a look at the situation on the nation's expressways first. Our EG1 has been following the situation. How's it looking out there? Becoming more congested, I assume.
Hi, Mark. Major expressways across Korea have been seeing bumper-to-bumper traffic throughout the morning, and it's steadily getting worse as we head into the afternoon. If you were to start off from Seoul now, it would take you an estimated 5 hours, 15 minutes to get to the southern city of Busan, about 2 hours more than it would take on a regular weekday. As you can see on the map, it's a similar story on expressways to other big cities to the south and east of Seoul. Traffic congestion has hit its peak now, and it's projected to remain slow-moving until at least 7 or 8 p.m. The Korea Expressway Corporation forecasts around 4.3 million cars to hit the expressways on Wednesday alone. Incheon International Airport says it expects to process 170,000 passengers on Wednesday, with 95,000 leaving the country. Over the 5-day holiday, including Saturday and Sunday, more than 37 million people are expected to be on the move, be it by car, bus, train, or plane. And that's 280,000 more compared to last year. The exodus is a typical sight over Chuseok when many Koreans head to their hometowns to perform traditional rituals and spend their time with their families. I'll have more updates at noon. Back to you, Mark.
Yes, do you want to have more updates at 3 p.m. today in a little under 3 hours from now? Now, marking the beginning of one of the nation's biggest traditional holidays, President Park Geun-hye extended her best Chuseok wishes to the Korean people on Tuesday. Here's a part of the video message that was posted on her official Facebook page. Let's take a look.
지금 우리나라는 북한의 거듭되는 핵 도발과 전 세계적인 경제 침체 속에서 어려운 고비를 넘어가고 있습니다. 하지만 정부는 굳건한 국제 공조를 토대로 빈틈없는 안보 태세를 유지하고 있으며 조금씩 개혁의 성과들이 나타나면서 새로운 희망이 보이고 있습니다. 그동안 정부를 믿고 함께 해주신 국민 여러분이 계셔서 희망을 만들 수 있었다고 생각합니다.
After asking for public support and trust as the nation makes a new leap forward, she also wished everyone a happy and prosperous Chuseok holiday. Now, during the Chuseok holiday, tourist spots and leisure facilities are offering huge discounts, adding more excitement to one of the nation's biggest holidays. Im Min-young has this report.
Good news for those looking to get away with the family here in Korea during the Chuseok holiday. Planning wisely could lead to big savings, with special offers around the country. To boost the local service industry and encourage people to spend their holidays here rather than abroad, the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism has designated a week-long period from September 10th through the 18th as the Hangawi Culture and Travel Week, Hangawi being another name for Chuseok. Outdoor leisure facilities and other cultural venues are offering huge discounts, and some even free admission. On Chuseok, all four of the grand palaces in Seoul, Gyeongbokgung, Deoksugung, Changgyeonggung, and Changdeokgung, will be open to the public for free, as will Chungmyo, the royal shrine. Gyeongbokgung Palace in particular will be offering a special night tour program. Also, it's perfect weather for camping. 40 recreational forests are offering free admission, and national parks are also giving discounts on campsites. For baseball fans, tickets on Chuseok will be half price at all Pro League stadiums. If you are planning to spend the holiday catching up on the latest movies, major cinema chains including CGV and Lotte Cinema are selling tickets at a discounted price. At many attractions, there are even more benefits for those who show up wearing the traditional hanbok attire. For something a little out of the ordinary, how about a roller coaster ride in your traditional Korean outfit? Wear a hanbok, and amusement parks nationwide will offer huge discounts up to 40%. Hanbok wearers can also get in free at the Aqua Planet Aquarium and exhibitions at 63 Art, both located at the 63 building in Yeouido, Seoul. More information is available at the Korea Tourism Organization website, so make sure you look up the list of special offers to make the most of your holiday. Lee Min-young, Arirang News.
Now, if you're watching us in Korea, many of you may have already made it back to your hometown to meet your family, but there are quite a few people who choose to spend Chuseok by themselves. Convenience stores are reaching out to the niche market, and it looks like a win-win for all. Hwang Ho-jun has the story.
So for Chuseok, my parents are actually away in Wonju, and I run a startup in Seoul, so I actually have to work a little more and don't really have the time to make it over to my family. So I'm just going to spend my time alone in Seoul.
More people are choosing to spend the holidays alone rather than traveling to be with their family. This trend, along with the 5 million plus single-person households, has impacted the retail scene, with shops responding to the needs of the so-called me generation. For this month, convenience stores have been offering single-serving takeaway meals specifically customized for Chuseok, ranging from marinated sliced beef to Korean-style pancakes.
Those who aren't traveling back home during the holidays are increasing, and sales for easy-to-prepare foods are also on the rise as well. So we reinforced our stock according to that, so that those living alone can easily enjoy the holiday atmosphere as well.
In fact, since 2013, sales of takeaway meals during the holiday season, including Chuseok and Lunar New Year, have been in an upward swing. The sales growth reached 45% last year and will likely increase for this year as well. Convenience store employees say they have noticed a steep increase in demand during the Chuseok holidays.
I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say about 7 out of 10 of our customers these days are those living alone.
There may be various reasons that the customers aren't able to spend time with their family. However, thanks to the convenience stores selling holiday edition meals, some sense of comfort can be found.
It's great, it's easy, it's accessible, it's cheap. I could take a walk down to the convenience store and grab it. And it's really nice to have food like this near the holiday times because, it's nice to feel festive when you're away from home.
This marketing trick of the trade is expected to bring some holiday cheer to the home aloners who get a mini Chuseok feast, and retailers who feed that bottom line. Hwang Ho-jun, Arirang News.
Shifting gears now, China's top diplomat has told South Korea that Beijing agrees on the need for sterner UN sanctions to impede North Korea's nuclear missile development. Wang Yi made the remarks in a phone conversation with his South Korean counterpart Yoon Byung-se. Park Jung-hong reports.
Could Beijing be changing its stance toward its longtime ally, North Korea? Until now, China has insisted on solving the North Korean nuclear issue through dialogue. But in telephone talks with Seoul's Foreign Minister Yoon Byung-se on Tuesday, China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi agreed the time was right to step up the pressure on North Korea, following its spate of nuclear and missile provocations. Minister Yoon called for the swift adoption of a strong UN Security Council resolution to make Pyongyang pay a higher price for its bad behavior and to deter any additional missile launches or nuclear tests. In response, Wang was quoted by Seoul's foreign ministry as saying, "The North's nuclear test is a violation of Security Council resolutions that hurts peace and stability on the Korean peninsula." He said China agrees that the international community should take sterner measures against the North by adopting new UN sanctions against the regime. Wang also said China will carry out its obligations, including ensuring the resolutions are fully implemented. The ministers also briefly exchanged their existing positions on the planned deployment of the U.S. missile defense system known as THAAD in South Korea. China maintains that it's against the deployment. Park Jung-hong, Arirang News.
The 71st UN General Assembly has opened its first plenary session, setting out the global issues it wants to tackle over the next 12 months. Oh Soo-young has the details.
A new annual session begins at the UN General Assembly. On Tuesday, delegates from 193 member states gathered for the 71st regular session in New York, opened by newly appointed President Peter Thompson from Fiji. Thompson laid out the main priority for the year-long session, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals adopted last year, which aim to end poverty and improve lives around the world by the year 2030. Other key agenda items include seeking ways to secure human rights, peace and security, and strengthening counter-terrorism.
We will strive to find new methods to sustain peace, to resolve entrenched conflicts, diminish the atrocities of global terrorism, better manage migrant and refugee flows, and resolve the many humanitarian crises that remind us of the millions of people in our world who are still denied even the most basic conditions for a secure life.
At the annual general debate, which opens next Tuesday, heads of governments and national representatives will give addresses on the pressing global issues. UN Secretary-General Ban Kimoon stressed the importance of the decision-making body's role in this regard.
People also look to this body not just to react to problems, but to work proactively and preventively to better the human condition.
During the opening session, the new president also mentioned the necessity of reforming the structure of the UN Security Council and pledged to help facilitate the changes during the 71st session. And following the stances of procedure, 9 members of the Assembly's Credential Committee were appointed. The countries include South Korea, the United States, Russia and China. Oh Soo-young, Arirang News.
UN Secretary-General Ban Kimoon has said that after his term finishes at the end of the year, he will spare no effort to help promote reconciliation with North Korea as a private citizen. Speaking to the Associated Press before the start of the General Assembly in New York, Ban said he eventually plans to write a book about his time at the UN, but not while the current leaders are in power. The South Korean national is said to have deflected questions about running for president in his home country. The Secretary-General also gave an overview of his 10 years in office, saying he was proud of his achievements in terms of climate change and gender empowerment issues, but also expressed disappointment at how the Syrian war remains unresolved after 5 years and revealed frustration at the unwieldy way the UN operates. Almost 300. That's how many aftershocks have rattled Korea's southeastern city of Gyeongju since a 5.8 magnitude earthquake hit the region on Monday evening. Now, that is more than 3 times higher than the 93 recorded after 2 4.9 magnitude quakes struck off Korea's west coast in April and May 2013. Looking to put residents' minds at rest, at ease, the Korea Meteorological Agency says the aftershocks have now dropped below magnitude 3.0 and are weakening. However, the agency says slight tremors may continue for 2 to 3 more days. Monday's earthquake was the strongest ever recorded in Korea. 22 people suffered minor injuries, but fortunately, no one was killed. Over 1,000 cases of property damage were reported across the nation. North Korean state media reported on Wednesday that flooding from Typhoon Lionrock has left hundreds of people dead or missing, a much larger figure than the 60 dead and 25 missing it reported last week. The report by the state-run Korea Central Television didn't give specific new numbers, but described the situation as the regime's, quote, first large-scale catastrophe. The floods around the Tumen River reportedly left nearly 70,000 people without homes and inundated railways, roads and power supply systems near the north's border with China. The report said soldiers and civilians are working on rescue and recovery operations. Well, that's pretty much all we have for now. In case you joined us halfway through our bulletin and were wondering what I have on, this is Korea's traditional attire, hanbok, and I'm wearing it instead of my usual suit because it's the start of Chuseok, Korea's Thanksgiving holiday. If you're watching us in Korea, enjoy the rest of your Chuseok holiday. There are still 4.5 days left, so make the most of it. Thank you ever so much for watching. Goodbye.